Hi guys, welcome to the flight tonight. As we're down in Friedrichshafen, we're going to be taking our way down to Sylt airport. We fly Air Berlin in the 737-300 and we're going for a flight over the 320. Going to use the mock-up 3 Whiskey as we depart runway 24, and we'll be coming in for runway 32 on the ILS. So should be a good day for flying, as this is one of the requests on the YouTube channel, so always look out for when I may put a status up. If you leave your flights in there, and be sure to get back to you. So we're flying with Air Berlin, and it should be a good day of flying. So don't forget to like and subscribe guys, help us get to that 2k subscriber goal. And now we can get inside the cockpit and start the aircraft up, ready for our departure, runway 24. Okay, so we're in the 737-300, so we'll go ahead, we'll put our battery on and guard it, standby power is on, and put our ground power on as well. Go switch over to ground. After that, we're then going to go and set the IRSs, get them all set for our departure. Alarm the emergency light, we'll get our seatbelts on. Got one pump on when we do start the APU, so we'll leave that off for now, which is all good. Let's go over to our panel. So flight level today is going to be 320, which is set. Cabin altitude is 6,000, which is set. Landing altitude down in the airport for the elevation, which is 31. So just leave it there. Right, so after that everything's all good there. We've got our seatbelts on, we'll get the APU started. Okay, we'll start the pump, go down into the FMC, get the aircraft all lit up. So Echo Delta November Yankee is where we're going to be departing from, and then on our route Echo Delta X-Ray Whiskey. From there going to be departing runway 24 for the mock-up 3 Whiskey, and then over for our route we've then got direct to Lebso, November 851, which will take us to Elsob. And then from Elsob we've got the Papa 992, which will take us to Bados, which will be at the end where we go into our arrival now for the ILS 3 to transition off at Oldip. We can transition off at Sylt and pretty much do the workaround from Sylt, who's going to come up, but we're going to be coming in from this way anyway. So we'll come in straight in for 232. So check our runway heading now, and we'll be leaving on the 238, which is set. Go ahead now and get the APU all set over. That's the APU gen. Can get our packs on now. Open the isolation valve, turn the recircs on. Okay, so everything on the pressurization panel is done. We'll put 320 in on our altitude. So we'll set our QNHs now, which is 3018, which basically gives us the 1022. Okay, 1018. 3018, and we're going to do that up on the first officer's side. Okay, which is all set. Go ahead and light up the panels now. Let's get the aircraft all ready to go. Okay, so I don't know what happened there with the joystick. So we've got our panels now, we're just waiting for the IRS to be done, and then we'll all be set to come out. Okay, so let's do our test now. Test the cargo. Test our TCAS.
TCAS system test okay.
Okay, do the GPWS.
Flight slope. Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Runway. Awareness. Okay.
Meters.
Okay, so all the tests are alright there. Let's check our lights, which are all set. Do the flight recorder, which is normal. Test our airspeed warnings. Test the stats, which should light up. And that's all about it. So we'll get ready when we're ready to depart. The iris is aligned, and then we'll get ready to push back. Get all of our figures up that we need right now, which is going to be, we've got a zero fuel weight of 50.2, which gives us a 56.3 on the gross. Got our cost index today, which is going to also be 48, which we can put in, and we've got reserves of 1.4. Cruising altitude is 320, sorry, and if we get our ISA, we can see that it's minus 46, which goes 1, and on our winds 324 at 080. Okay, which is all set. On our takeoff, we'll take full takeoff and climb 2, and for our N1 we'll take a flaps 15, so 133, a 134 and a 141. Okay, so the 141 plus 15, 156. Okay, turn on the flight directors now, as we are practically all set to go. Just waiting on the IRS, and then we'll be able to call the tug and get everything all set. So we may as well turn on our pumps now. We'll wait for the yaw damper to the IRS, and then we'll turn it on straight afterwards. Okay, 1 minute till the IRS. Right, now the IRS has become aligned. We'll show you our route as we leave. So for the mock-up 3 whiskey, we're going to leave out onto the 238, and then we'll make a right turn to the 028, which will be 5,000 at mock-up, max 220, and then we'll get ourselves all around onto our next fix, which we can see from mock-up will be Lebso, and from Lebso be flight level 206, is it 208? Okay, so as we don't need the tug, as we're going to just basically do a complete full circle, what we can do is we can start the engine on the block. So we'll go to our engine starts, which we'll put to both, put our anti-collision on, we'll get our positioning lights on, put the yaw damper on now, which is fine. We can get the window heat, so as we're going to be going before around 6 minutes to 10. We can get everything here, which is all good. Isolation valve, and we'll leave all that until we've got the engine started. So what we can do is check the recall. Obviously we've got the electrics, which will turn on. So we'll go for engine number 2, and we'll start. We'll come over now. We'll see the start valves open for engine number 2. We're going to see our N2 start to increase. We'll wait till that gets to 25% before we introduce the fuel. Then we'll see our exhaust gas temperature start to increase along with our oil pressure as it slowly begins to rise. So 12 degrees, we don't need the anti-ice on just yet. So there's 22% coming in. Oil pressures now come to life. Introduce fuel. EGT increasing. Oil pressure will slowly climb, which will then tell us that engine number 2 has ignited. Which is all set. The pack's off for this. So, start valves open, let engine number 2 come in. Then 2 will start to increase again, oil pressure will slowly come to life, and then 25%. Introduce fuel, and watch the aircraft come to life. There's 25%. Introduce fuel. EGT increasing, oil pressure slowly increasing, and engine number 1 has come to life. Okay, so 6% on our trim. Engine number 2 now coming over. Just let it stabilise, which is fine. So we'll switch over the buses. We'll move to the APU again. We'll turn our packs back on. The isolation valve can go to auto. The APU bleed can come off with the APU. We'll turn off the taxi lights until we get away from the blocks. We don't blind everybody. And as you can see, we're going to go straight down, turn around on November, and enter onto the Alpha hold for runway 24. So pretty simple. Should be a nice arrival today, as I've already tried out the approach and had a little go when I had some free time, and it actually was a really nice approach, so something nice to look forward to. And we get to do it in the 733, which is even more better. So everything's all done. Let's check the recall, which is fine. We're all good on that front. So in just a few moments time we'll do our systems check. Should be also a good thing to do. So we do a full left, full right, full forward, full backwards, rudder left and a rudder right. Also drop our flaps 15, and whilst we do that we'll arm the auto throttle, release the brake, and we'll now start to push off from the block. Okay, so put the auto brake to RTO as we're now moving away. Turn our taxi lights. Okay, so leaving the stand now, we're going to make that right turn. There's Bravo. We're going to take the Alpha, which is just further up. Quick taxi out today. So we taxi on down onto Alpha. Flaps 15 are set, so slow the aircraft down. So we'll line up and wait on the runway. Okay. So there we are now. We'll turn on our strobes, put on our logo, our runway turn-offs off, taxis, wing well, and wheel well. Get our panel lights on as well. Now we can line up ready for the runway. Okay, so there's 328. We'll just put on our brake quickly. So, putting our head in select, everything like that. We turn the VNAV and LNAV just after we take off. So everything's all good here. We turn on our landing lights, which are set. Now, we'll stand on the brakes when we do go, so we can power up the engines, get them stabilised. So let's stabilise them up now, and turn on the clock. So take them up to 45%. Okay, we'll keep them there. Let them stabilise. Everybody's happy. Release the brake and toga. Okay, airspeed alive. 80 knots, throttle hold. V1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Okay, turn the on open V now. Gear is off, and we'll close that now. Whoops. There we go. So we'll close the gear off, turn the auto brake off as well. Maybe around 180. So we'll go up to our flaps 10, to our 5. Let's come around now, 220 max. Slowly climbing out. We're on climb 2 power out of the runway, which gives us a nice steady ascend up instead of rocketing straight through the clouds. So we'll be making that right turn onto the 028, which is set. Hold our flaps 5, but now we'll take the flaps up. Passing through 3006, 5000 for Mockhead. There's 220, so make sure we don't go over that. As we now go into that right turn, do max bank 230. Passing through 4005, 5000 feet is our max. As we come 32,000, so we'll pass the Mockhead. Just before we get there, we'll take a straight direct climb up to 32, as the flight's not going to be very long anyway. Passing through 5009. Passing through 6006, and there we go, just passing through the clouds now at 7,000 feet. Okay, so 7,000, we'll activate the autopilot now. So now the aircraft has full control. As we got up to 350, just passing Mockeb. I'll go into that left. So currently now heading off, we are basically hitting 10,000 feet now, so we'll go ahead and turn off our landing lights. Runway turn offs, taxis can go off, everything else apart from the wheel well, and we can put the seatbelts onto auto. Okay, so we'll wait till we get to our climb speed and then we'll go up. We can also set the altimeters now to 299 and 2. Okay, which is set, visualizations go to flight, and we are all good now on our climb up on the wing into the ice. Pats onto higher. Okay, so we are currently tracking the 343 as we've got a 40 knot wind from the left. Get to a Lucy, show you the plan. You guys can see exactly how we're going to come in today. So, there's our route. We're going to step all the way around to Lesbo until we get to Tedgo. Once we start coming all the way down past Elnat, we'll get 320 until we stick in Oldit. Then once we come around start descent, there's Oldit, and we come in straight in on the 322. And you can see on the charts there, the 323's there, 322. Etc. will be just a minor degree difference in the FMC to the charts. And we're coming down, if we transitioned off that Sylt, then we basically backtrack, then come round like that. But because our initial approach fix is Oldit from Bados, we're going to come down and then line up, so it's a straight on arrival into runway 32. Passing through 14,000 feet now, and we are on our way up to 320. Okay. So as we make our way up, let's have a look at our checklist, which is all here. Got our taxi, approach, final on 737. We've got the after takeoff, etc. So pressurization is set, seatbelts are off, anti-ice is on as required, as it is now under 10 degrees, you can see, as we're climbing up. She's checked, gears off and stowed, and we've got the auto brake which is off as well, which is checked. Landing lights are off, and we are all set for our fly to 320. So, what we can see now is there's our top of climb, and then once we get there we'll travel through 32 until we get to our top of descent to come down for the ILS runway 32. So we go to our takeoff cinematics, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, help us get to that 2k subscriber goal, and I'll see you guys when we get back. Top of descent down into Sylt for the ILS runway 32. So I'll see you guys in just a sec. So we're going to go down to 3,000. As there is no staff on this arrival. So we're going to go down to 3,000 on the CP. We're on to our descent. We're at the top of the descent in just a moment's time. But we'll then start to go down to runway 32. As we are just about to leave. So 3,000, 3 miles to go. So wait for the vertical deviation to come in, and then we'll start to make our descent down. We'll go through our descent checklist. So we're going to be coming in on the runway 32. There's vertical deviation just come to life, so the aircraft are now going to stop a descent. We will now start to come down. Have a look on the FMC. So flight path angles 3.4, 2,200 to come down for 3,000 above our OLDIP, which is set. So we'll open up speed brakes as we now start our descent down. We've got 89 knot winds hitting us from the left. We'll go ahead and put on our engine start switches to continuous. We can now tell the cabin that we are getting ready to come down as we leave 320, passing through 300 now, going and get the approach all set up. So we'll go to our minimums first. We'll have a look at the approach. So we're going to be transitioning off our OLDIP. We're not going to be going to Sylt, but we're going to backtrack. We're basically going to come straight down from OLDIP at 3,000 feet on the 323, where then we'll follow it down to intercept the ILS. And we can see we've got our speeds, etc., where we need to be, like here, and how far and how high we should be on our markers. Our decision height is going to be 200 feet, which is already set on the altimeters. And for our radio, got 31, which we'll put in so we know where the ground is. Right there. Should do. Okay, which is set. QNH down in Sylt is 1017. Transition level will be by ATC. Transition altitude is 5,000. We'll do around 6 for the transition. Coming now onto the 337. As we get ready to come down into that descent. Turn up our charts, we can see we're not very far from the runway at all. So we'll go in and slow the aircraft down to 240. We can set 250 for now. Okay. Open up speed brakes. Get the aircraft to ascend down. As the aircraft currently starts to slow down to 250 and 26, 240 at OLDIP, which is fine, so we'll just get a bit of a head start on that. So we're not coming in too fast by the time we do arrive. Passing through flight level 243. Go and get our auto brake settings. So if we have a look at the airport where we're coming in, 2,120 meters. And we go check out auto brakes as we've got the pilot handbook for the 737. So on good reporting braking action, we've got auto brake number 3 is 16150, and need that we can take auto brake number 2. For a headwind we'll minus 95 meters, and for a tailwind we'll add 325. And per 10 knots above VREV of 130. VREV 30, sorry. So, go for auto brake number 2. We'll take 3 as we're at 2,120. So we'll take auto brake number 3 as we come into the airport. So I'll put it on now, which is set. coming down to 240, and seen as then from 240 we're going to 183. So we should just cross down into Oldip for 3000, 1111. Check out the vertical bearing, as we haven't got VS 1691, around 1600 feet per minute to get there for Oldip. And just a little bit more, which is fine, and now we can zoom out just to catch. So making our way down to Sylt, passing 215. As we're all set, we'll get the ILS frequencies now and catch our speeds. Set the speed brake back in. So 11150 is the ILS, which is set. Which is set on both sides. Coming in on the 323, which is also set. Currently on the 331, but we are on the 337 as we've just got wind. So as we pass through flight level 26, making our way down to Oldip. As you can see, that'll be the next step on the going down around 1600 feet. As suggested for the vertical deviation. Our vertical bearing on the 737-800, we'll be able to see our flight path angle to what we need to be, as I said, 0, about 1700 feet per minute or around, and we're just passing by Oldip. So if we go down to 1900 feet per minute, that should bring us there right near to Oldip for 3000, and we can keep everything all good. So we'll just clear 3000 before Oldip. Come down on the vertical speed now, as we've got our vertical bearing here, which is around 1700 feet to get us to Oldip, which is fine, so we'll stay under that. So we can come down on vertical speed. I will do a video with the vertical bearing showing you how it works, how to get the aircraft down under descent by following the vertical bearing, where we use just this to get us down to our altitude, which will be on another video. So by the time we pass Addons, we're then going to turn onto the 312. Okay, speed brake. Slow down to 240. Passing through 17,000 feet. Making our way for runway 32. Should be a nice arrival today, as we have got the clouds on the real-time weather. So we can hold back now, just as we're slowing down. You can see now 1600, so 18's fine. Going down to 240. Passing through 15,005. We'll make our last left turn, and then it's a straight in. From there, we can check out the glide slope as well. So we'll get to Oldip for 3000. We'll then come down on the 3-degree glide path. So we'll get our speeds now ready in. We'll do 145 at flaps 45. We do flaps 40 at 141. We'll do a flaps 40 for once, 141 plus 5, 146 will be coming in for around 770, so around 770 feet per minute we'll aim for when we come down onto the glide slope, which is fine. Everything there is all set. You can tell cabin crew that we can come down now as we get ready to come in. 13,000 onto our last left turn. Near to 10,000 feet, we'll put on our landing lights and then we'll go through our approach checklist. So for our descent, we'll do the recall, which is checked and fine. Notes have been checked. Auto brake is set at number 3. Got our altimeters, which is at 1017, which we will set around 6,000 feet. After that, we've got the ILS course frequencies, which is the 111.50, which is cross-checked on either side, and we've got the 323 degree course, which is set and punched in for the ILS course. Just passing 11,006 now as we get ready to roar into Sylt. Flaps 40, 141 plus 5. So got our flaps 40. Take these two, take these back as we don't need them. Okay. So we've got flaps 40 at 141 plus 5, just leave it at 146, so we'll stay in between that margin. Passing 10,000 feet now, put our landing lights on, our runway turn-offs, we'll leave our taxis until we get down on the ground, and our wheel well as well. Temperatures -7, as you get down to 241. We'll get to 3,000 by old dip and then we can stay on there. So right now we're going to make that final left turn onto the 313. Passing through 9,004, so I'm going to set the altimeters up now. So I've got that all ready. And come down at the correct altitude. Okay, which is set. Everything overhead is set as well, so we are all ready to come into land. Okay, so everything's all set. Go down and have a look at our landing approach. So we've got the recall, which is checked and set. Cabin control is set as well. Auto brake set at number 3, which is checked. Speed bugs is a 141 for a 146 plus 5, which is also set. Below transition altitude, set the altimeters, which is also set. Start switch will be to continuous on final. Speed brakes armed on lights, which we can set in just a few moments time. Keep the speed brake open all the way down. Go have a look on our vertical speed, 11,000, so if we just ease up to 1,400, and then that should allow the aircraft to start to just slowly slow down, which is all set. So all of that is complete. As we burst through the clouds now. Passing through 6,004. Passing 243. Keep speed brakes open just until we reach down. Okay, and then after that, by the time we get down past Old Dip, we'll then be lined up on the runway flaps 5. Okay, there's 240. Okay, let speed brakes in now, and we can see, so we turn off the anti-ice now. Okay, which they are. which is set. Only down to 3,000 feet anytime now, so the aircraft will slow. We'll keep the auto brakes to armed now. So speed brakes are armed, auto brake number 3, gear will be down, and flaps 5 once we intercept and we have the localizer up and running. We'll drop our flap speed, our flaps 10 knots below, so at 190 we'll drop flaps 5. Okay, there's 4,000, 1,000 above. So there we are now, 3,000, the aircraft will level off, we'll start to slow down again, and now we'll come down to our flaps up as we will be reaching the next part of fixing 10 miles. So we'll say to 240 a few miles before, then we'll start to slow the aircraft down. So say 240. Ceiling height is set, 200 feet. Which will give us 231. Currently at audit now, where we're going to 323. Okay, here we go. Okay. There we go, so 10 miles away from the, got the ILS 111.50, which is the 111.50. Visibility isn't all that great. Okay, so turn the VOR lock on. We are practically in line with it. Now we'll let the approach come in. Once glide slope moves down, we'll come down into the single channel, which will be where we'll then set our brakes. We can just see the airport in the distance. We'll stay at 240. So we've got our auto brake, which is set at Mach number 3. We've got our speed brake, which is armed. We've got our ILS course frequencies, which are set. We've got the courses for them, which are set. Coming down for the 141+5, which is the 146, which is bugged, which is also checked, and our altimeters are 1017. So we're all set for the approach recall, which is set. And now we can turn our packs back to auto, which is also set. Get rid of our covers so we can see nice. Okay, so we'll start slowing the aircraft down to our flaps up speed. And we'll take it to our flaps 5, which will be 180, and we will then release flaps 5 at 190. Flaps 1. Okay, coming down to 190 now, and we'll go for flaps 5. Speed brakes are definitely armed. There's our flaps 5, 180. Glide slopes now starting to come down. So bring the controls over. So as the glide slope comes in range now, we'll let it capture. Around 780 feet should be for our arrival. So glide slope is now captured. We're on the single channel, so we're now slow to 160.
2500.
Go to flaps 15. Go down. Okay, gear down. 3 green. Okay. Go to flaps 30. Okay, and we'll hit our flaps 40, which is set. We've got our speed, which is bugged also, and we are ready now to come down on the glide slope. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to disconnect the autopilot and the auto throttle, and now I have control of the aircraft. Okay, so bring her down now, nice and steady. Got 12 knots. Okay, bring that just a little bit more.
1000.
Come in for the glide slope. Okay, 1 red. There's 2 red. Okay, so there's around 700 feet per minute.
400. 300. Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Hey, speed brakes are up. And reversers are active. Okay, there we are, down on the ground. Set the auto brakes setting. Okay, so disarm the auto brakes, and we can let our speed brake back in. So everything's all good now. We're all ready to turn off onto the. So we'll take our left turn in now as we head off. Track the flaps. Just brake a little so it can slow down. Before the hold, then we get the taxi charts up ready for us to come in. So we'll turn off our landing lights now. Just set. Our runway turn-offs can come off. Turn on our taxis, logo, strobes. Actually, logo can stay on. Wings can come off with the wing well, which is all set. And here is our taxi charts. So we're going to taxi on to the apron, and there we are guys, down in Sylt. So we get the APU already and set up. There we go. Make that left turn now, go to the stand. And we'll turn the pressurization back to ground. Then we'll taxi to the gate, and then we'll get into our landing cinematics for the Friday night flight of the evening guys. Thanks to everybody who watched and came along for the flight tonight. And we'll park up at the gate. There will be. Okay, so we'll stop her there. Put the parking brake on, turn the terrain off, and there we are guys, down in Sylt for the flight of the evening. Don't forget to like and subscribe, help us get to that 2k goal, and thanks to everybody who made it here tonight. Don't forget to have a great weekend, and I'll see you all very soon for the next available flight on the channel. So I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.